Eala dazzles in DC. The Filipina star shows exactly why she's a superstar in the making. Such heart, such desire and quality. From a set down against the four...
Alex Eala produced one of the most electrifying upsets of the 2026 WTA season, defeating reigning Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen in a thrilling three-set battle at the Mubadala Citi DC Open in Washington. The Filipino star rallied from a set down to claim a memorable 4-6, 6-4, 6-1 victory in their round of 32 clash, securing the biggest win of her career on American soil. The triumph also marked a dramatic reversal in a rivalry that once appeared firmly in Zheng's favor. Nearly 3 years earlier, the Chinese star had defeated Eala in a hard-fought semi-final at the 2023 Hangzhou Asian Games, winning 6-1, 6-7-5, 6-3 before going on to capture gold while Eala settled for bronze. That painful defeat remained a significant chapter in their shared history, leaving many Filipino fans and tennis analysts wondering whether Eala had truly narrowed the gap, or if Zheng's outstanding resume, including a career-high ranking of world number 4, a runner-up finish at the 2024 Australian Open, and the reigning Olympic gold medal, would once again prove too much. 4-1 set, it seemed those doubts might be justified. It genuinely looked as though history might repeat itself. Zheng came out firing, absorbing Eala's early pressure before gradually taking control with powerful serving and composed baseline play. A late surge of 3 consecutive games allowed the Olympic champion to close out the opening set 6-4, sending a wave of anxiety through the Filipino supporters who had witnessed a similar storyline before. But what followed was a remarkable display of resilience from Alex Eala. Rather than allowing the setback to shake her confidence, the 21-year-old regrouped, reset mentally, and elevated her level. She sharpened her return game, applied relentless pressure on Zheng's serve, and repeatedly escaped dangerous 0-40 situations with calm, clutch tennis that denied her opponent every opportunity to build momentum. As the second set evolved into a tense battle of holds and momentum swings, Eala found another gear. After falling behind 3-4, she responded immediately with a crucial break of serve, confidently held for a 5-4 lead, and then served out the set 6-4 to level the match and force a deciding third set. It was in that final set, however, where Eala truly announced herself. From the very first game of the deciding set, she looked like a completely transformed player. She opened with a love hold to seize immediate control before breaking Zheng's serve not once but 4 consecutive times, storming to a commanding 4-0 lead that visibly shook the reigning Olympic champion. Zheng's body language shifted from calm and confident to increasingly frustrated as unforced errors began to pile up, while Eala's pinpoint baseline precision and relentless consistency allowed her to dictate virtually every rally. By the time the match reached its conclusion, Eala had completed a breathtaking comeback, sealing the final set 6-1 to book a place in the next round and deliver a redemption story that Filipino sports fans will remember for years. This was far more than an upset on paper. Although Eala entered the match ranked world number 28 while Zheng had fallen to number 123 following a lengthy recovery from elbow surgery, the Chinese star still possessed the resume of one of the most dangerous players in women's tennis, a reigning Olympic gold medalist who has defeated the sport's biggest names on the grandest stages. That is what made Eala's victory so significant. She overcame a difficult opening set, absorbed Zheng's trademark power and aggression, and responded with remarkable composure, tactical intelligence, and unwavering belief to produce one of the defining victories of her young career. The way she absorbed Zheng's power before completely taking over the closing stages of the match speaks volumes about how much her game has evolved. The victory comes on the heels of a historic Wimbledon campaign in which she became the first Filipino player ever to reach the round of 16 in a Grand Slam singles event, a breakthrough run highlighted by a stunning victory over former world number 1 Iga Swiatek on grass. Now, by carrying that confidence onto the hard courts of Washington and transforming it into a signature win over a reigning Olympic champion, Eala has firmly established herself as one of the brightest young stars on the entire WTA tour. She has proven that she can challenge and defeat elite opponents regardless of the surface, the occasion, or the emotional burden of a rivalry that once seemed firmly against her. At the same time, it is important to appreciate just how difficult Zheng Qinwen's road back to the tour had been in the months leading into this match. After rising to a career-high ranking of world number 4 and capturing Olympic gold in dramatic fashion at the 2024 Paris Games, Her career took an unfortunate turn when persistent pain in her right elbow eventually forced her to undergo surgery. The procedure sidelined her for several months, causing her to miss the entire 2026 Australian Open and costing her the valuable ranking points that had established her among the most feared players on the WTA Tour. By the time she returned to competition in February, Zheng was effectively starting over, working her way through the early rounds of smaller tournaments while carefully managing her recovery and attempting to regain the rhythm, confidence, and explosive form that had previously carried her to a Grand Slam final. Although her 2026 season had produced mixed results, including first-round exits at both the French Open and Wimbledon, there were encouraging signs that her game was returning. Most notably, she reached the quarterfinals in Athens just 1 week before arriving in Washington, offering a reminder that despite her reduced ranking, she remained a dangerous opponent capable of competing with the very best on any given day. That is precisely why so many analysts and observers still view Zheng as the favorite heading into this showdown, despite the significant gap in the current rankings. Experienced tennis observers understand that proven pedigree and a player's highest level often carry more weight than temporary ranking fluctuations, especially for a former Olympic champion working her way back from injury. That context makes Alex Eala's victory even more remarkable. She was not simply defeating a former star whose best days were behind her. She was overcoming a player who had already begun showing clear signs of returning to top form, and who many considered a genuine contender to make a deep run in Washington. Eala answered every question with a performance built on composure, tactical intelligence, and the fearless big match mentality that has become the defining characteristic of her 2026 season. Over the past year, she has completed a remarkable transformation from a highly regarded junior prospect into a legitimate top 30 player capable of going toe-to-toe with the biggest names in women's tennis. That evolution first captured worldwide attention during her outstanding Wimbledon campaign. This victory over Zheng proves her success is far from surface-specific. Her exceptional return game, mental resilience, and ability to elevate her level when the pressure is greatest have translated seamlessly from grass to hard courts, an encouraging sign as she enters the heart of the North American hard court swing and begins building momentum toward the US Open. Beyond the tennis itself, this victory represents something even greater. Beyond its impact on the tournament, it also reflects the changing landscape of tennis in Asia. Commentators have increasingly highlighted the emergence of a new generation of Asian stars, with both Eala and Zheng leading that movement. The fact that a match between two Asian players attracted such significant international attention on the stage of a WTA 500 event speaks volumes about the region's growing influence in women's tennis. For the Philippines, where sports such as basketball and boxing have traditionally dominated the spotlight, Eala's rise represents far more than individual success. She has become a genuine trailblazer, introducing millions of Filipinos to elite-level tennis and inspiring a new generation of young athletes who can now dream of following in her footsteps. By competing on equal terms with Grand Slam finalists, Olympic champions, and some of the biggest names in the sport, and defeating them, Eala has transformed what once seemed impossible into a realistic ambition for aspiring Filipino players. This remarkable victory over Zheng Qinwen will almost certainly be remembered as one of the defining moments of that journey, a match in which a young challenger overcame an early setback, refused to be intimidated by an Olympic champion's reputation, and delivered a performance that announced her arrival among the elite of women's tennis. Eala refused to be intimidated by reputation, past rankings, or the painful memory of her previous defeat, delivering a statement performance when it mattered most. The victory sets up an even more intriguing path through Washington as she looks to build on this career-defining result and continue proving that her breakout 2026 season is no coincidence but the arrival of a genuine new force in women's tennis. Within the span of a single summer, she has conquered a Wimbledon-caliber field on grass and defeated a reigning Olympic champion on hard courts, an extraordinary achievement that very few young players on the WTA Tour can match. It also raises exciting questions about just how high Eala can climb if she sustains this level of tennis. With the North American hard court swing now underway, many analysts believe a breakthrough into the world's top 20 could be well within reach before the season ends. And while the tennis world continues to react to Zheng's surprising early exit in Washington, the biggest story is impossible to ignore. Alex Eala did far more than win a tennis match. She closed a 3-year chapter of unfinished business, transformed the heartbreak of her Asian Games defeat into the fuel for one of the most memorable victories of her career, and gave millions of Filipino fans a moment of pure pride, belief, and celebration. Another unforgettable milestone in what is rapidly becoming one of the most inspiring stories in women's tennis. It was a moment of pure, unfiltered pride for Filipino tennis fans. A remarkable 4-6, 6-4, 6-1 comeback victory that will be remembered not merely as an upset, but as a defining coming-of-age performance in Alex Eala's rapidly rising career. With her ranking continuing to climb, her confidence reaching new heights, and her ability to overcome adversity now proven against the sport's biggest names on its biggest stages, all the signs suggest this will be far from the last time Eala dominates headlines around the tennis world. If her commanding display against a reigning Olympic champion is any indication of her current level, the rest of the WTA Tour has every reason to take notice. Meanwhile, the Philippines has every reason to celebrate a star who is no longer simply knocking on the door of the sport's elite, but has confidently stepped through it. This victory will be replayed, analyzed, and remembered for years to come, not only because of the scoreline, but because it symbolizes just how quickly fortunes can change in professional tennis. Eala's rise and Zheng's challenging journey back from injury serve as powerful reminders that the sport is constantly evolving, where setbacks can become motivation, redemption is always possible, and a single unforgettable performance can redefine a player's career. For Alex Eala, Washington may ultimately be remembered as the tournament where she confirmed that she is no longer just a promising young talent, but a genuine contender capable of shaping the future of women's tennis. Zheng's fall from world number 4 to number 123 serves as a powerful reminder of just how quickly fortunes can change in professional tennis. A player who stood at the pinnacle of the sport, captured Olympic gold, and established herself among the world's elite suddenly found her career interrupted by injury, months away from competition, and the difficult challenge of rebuilding both her ranking and her confidence. It is a story that highlights the unforgiving nature of the WTA Tour, where injuries can erase years of progress in a matter of months, and every comeback demands extraordinary resilience. Yet while Zheng's journey reflects the harsh realities of elite sport, Alex Eala's story represents the opposite side of that same equation, a testament to patience, relentless hard work, and the rewards of trusting the process. From the disappointment of falling short at the 2023 Asian Games to defeating the very player who once denied her a place in the final, Eala has completed one of the most satisfying redemption arcs of her young career. As both players turn their attention to the remainder of the 2026 season, their paths could hardly be more fascinating. Zheng will continue working to reclaim the form that once made her one of the most feared competitors in women's tennis, knowing that her talent has never disappeared, and that her best tennis may still lie ahead once she is fully healthy. Eala, meanwhile, enters the next stage of the season with momentum, confidence, and growing belief that she belongs among the sport's elite. This victory was not the product of luck or a single inspired afternoon. It was the latest chapter in a season filled with breakthrough performances, each one reinforcing the idea that her rapid rise is built on genuine improvement rather than temporary momentum. What makes Eala's progress especially impressive is the variety of challenges she has already overcome. She has proven she can succeed on different surfaces, adapt to different playing styles, and remain mentally composed under enormous pressure. During her remarkable Wimbledon campaign, she showed the world that she could compete with and defeat some of the biggest names on grass. Now, by following that achievement with a commanding comeback victory over a reigning Olympic champion on hard courts, she has demonstrated that her success is not limited to one tournament or one surface. Instead, she is developing into the complete player every contender aspires to become, someone capable of adjusting tactically, staying calm in difficult moments, and delivering her highest level when the stakes are greatest. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of this victory was not the final scoreline itself, but the manner in which it unfolded. After losing the opening set, many younger players might have rushed their points, become frustrated, or allowed the pressure of the occasion to overwhelm them. Eala did the exact opposite. She trusted her game, remained disciplined, made intelligent tactical adjustments, and gradually turned the momentum completely in her favor. By the deciding set, she looked like the more confident and composed player, dictating rallies with authority while forcing Zheng into increasingly difficult situations. That level of maturity is rarely seen in a player still only 21 years old and suggests that her mental development is progressing just as quickly as her technical game. For Filipino fans, the significance of this moment extends far beyond a single tournament victory. For decades, the nation has searched for a tennis player capable of consistently competing with the world's best on the biggest stages. Alex Eala is now turning that dream into reality. Every milestone she achieves becomes another historic first, another barrier broken, and another source of inspiration for aspiring athletes across the country. Young players watching from Manila, Cebu, Davao, and countless other communities can now see a pathway that once seemed almost impossible. They can watch one of their own defeating Grand Slam finalists, former world #1 players, and Olympic champions, proving that international success is no longer an unrealistic ambition but an achievable goal through dedication and perseverance. Her influence is also beginning to stretch beyond results alone. Eala has become an ambassador for Philippine tennis, attracting greater international attention to the sport while encouraging more children to pick up a racket and dream of following in her footsteps. Every victory raises the profile of tennis back home, creating opportunities for greater investment, stronger junior development, and increased belief throughout the country's sporting community. In many ways, her achievements are helping lay the foundation for future generations of Filipino players who may one day benefit from the trail she is blazing today. On the global stage, the victory reinforces the growing strength of the new generation taking over the WTA Tour. Women's tennis continues to evolve at a remarkable pace, with young stars emerging from every corner of the world and challenging established champions far earlier in their careers than previous generations. Alex Eala has firmly established herself within that conversation. She is no longer viewed merely as a talented prospect with future potential. She has become a legitimate contender capable of defeating elite opposition, advancing deep into major tournaments, and changing the outcome of events whenever she steps onto the court. As the hardcourt season continues and attention gradually shifts toward the US Open, expectations surrounding Eala will only grow. The questions are no longer about whether she belongs. They are about how far this level can take her. The answer will be written on the courts still ahead, but the statement she made in Washington has already been heard. If this account of a redemption victory, a rivalry reversed, and a young star announcing herself on hard courts resonated with you, make sure you are subscribed to at Stateside Tennis. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter of her journey. Drop a comment and tell us what this win means to you, and how far you believe Alex Eala can go this hard court swing. The comeback is complete. The story is only getting started.